Welcome to episode number, I think it's 17. I might be wrong, but
We might have been on episode 17 the last 3 weeks. We don't know what episode it is anymore.
of Unleash Your Inner Bada. So we are Beachbuzz influencers, founders of online coaching community for entrepreneurs and network marketers, where we teach not only badass strategies that are working right now to help you to attract your perfect prospect and stop chasing everyone and anyone with a breath. So besides that, we also teach you what needs to happen inside of you in order to those strategies to work for you. Today we're going to talk about, because this has been coming up very often lately, so we want to talk about it a little bit more in depth. So you're doing everything right you're supposed to do and nothing is happening. You've been doing everything you're supposed to do for the whole week and nothing is happening. So what might be happening here? What might you do about it? And in general, what does it take to start seeing results? And how long does it take to start seeing results? And why you should not be judging yourself and punching yourself for not seeing results right away, because it's totally normal. It's probably more than normal. That's like the law of startup.
Yes. Yes. And I was telling Kat before we jumped on, when I first got started in network marketing in general, like I set expectation for myself. So I got started. There was a guy who got started a year before me. He hit one of the top ranks of the company, doing 100,000 in volume a month. He did it in 11 months. And I was like, well, if he did it, I can do it. Right? Getting started, never doing network marketing before, never closing anybody before, hadn't spent a lifetime building influence, right? But I thought if he did it, I did it because I had a lot of friends. I thought I could get all my friends to do it. They would all do it. And I was done, right? I was at the top of the company. Didn't go like that. Did it. I had to readjust my expectations real quick when I got started. It took me 90 days to get people to actually, like, I think I got my first person to a home meeting in 90 days. One person. I didn't enroll anybody for 6 months. No customers, no distributors. And I was having hundreds of conversations. Talked to all of my friends and family, talked to everyone in the Richfield, Gunnison, Fayette, all of this little area, because there's only a few thousand people here, right? Everybody knows everybody. I talked to them all, and I enrolled nobody. So what expectation have you set for yourself when you don't understand what the journey even looks like, right? It's really hard to set a goal, especially when you're starting a new strategy, doing something new, when you don't even understand what skill sets you have. There was a few major things that were lacking for me to get to the top. First of all was influence. I had no influence. Had a lot of friends, didn't mean I had a lot of influence. My mindset was not right. And that's one of the big reasons we started Unleash Your Inner Badass, was because, we're teaching you these strategies, but if you're not fixing what's in here, the strategies are pointless, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. I can also add to this conversation that we do get excited right in the beginning because,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, we have expectations. I'll do this and this will happen. Especially, we teach
Mm-hmm.
such exciting strategies that it's like a breath of fresh air for a lot of people, where you don't have to chase people. And we tell you people will come to you, but most likely it's not going to happen in a week and a half if you don't have a network and if you don't have influence. It does happen for people instantly if they already do have those things, right? They just kind of like, I have a network of people who know me, like me, and trust me. I have influence over that network. Even if we take you all guys right now and tell you, hey, we're going on a trip and we're taking you with us, it's totally different conversation, but a lot of you will jump on it just because we have influence over you guys, and that's how it works. And if you don't have the network and you don't have the influence, most likely it's not going to happen in a week and a half, and it takes time to build that good network and influence. And it's different for different people. For some people it might take 3 months, For some people, it might take 3 years. Like, the journey is so different for everyone.
Mhm.
And I can't stress enough how important that mindset is to speed up that journey. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm just gonna be doing more. I'll do everything you tell me to do," and that's how I was. And I'll do even more. I'll do it, triple time, 5 times than what everyone else is doing because I was so desperate and so hungry for results
Mhm.
that I would do anything, right? But that desperation seeping through everything that you're doing, and it's not attractive. Honestly, you're not going to attract anyone if you're just doing anything and everything out of desperation. So big thing need to get switched in your mindset that you're doing it not to make money quickly.
Mhm.
You're doing it to empower other people, influence other people, to help other people. And it's a different energy attached to this intention than,
Yep.
oh, I just need to do whatever gonna make me money, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
so the very first when I first was starting network marketing, before I found influence marketing, I was driving everywhere, right? I was leaving my kids. And people asked when I got started in building influence marketing, like, why was it easier for you? Right? Like, why was it easier for you? How were you able to like just kind of switch that mindset? I had like building old school without influence, leaving my kids because we were sleeping in a Walmart parking lot in Vegas, like it broke me, right? And so when I found influence marketing, for me, it was like that breath of fresh air where I was like, I don't care how long this takes. Like it was like my mindset had switched. I don't care how long this takes because I'm doing it from home and I'm not having to leave my kids. When COVID happened, everybody started growing their business online. People who are just getting started now, they start growing their business from social media, right? I mean, some people still build old school because old school still works if you have influence, right? But if you're not if you're not building old school and you're getting started trying to do these parties on Facebook or trying to do these other things, you get frustrated. I went through 2 years of frustration before I found this way. So it wasn't frustrating for me, right? So when you think about your expectations, don't be comparing your journey to other people. You don't know what they've gone through before finding this community, right? We don't know what kind of influence they have. We don't know what kind of skill sets they have. You know, when I got started, I had worked at a newspaper for a long time. So copywriting came easier for me. Whereas Brandy, she was like, how is Carrie able to do this? Because she had never worked on that skill set before, right? However, Brandy had done a damn good job at building influence before I did. So it's like you can't compare your step one with someone else's step one. You can't because those steps look completely different, right?
yeah. And I think I had a reel maybe now a year ago where I was sharing 3 stages of building a business. And the first one is unbearable. It's like when you doing things and you almost questioning, did I make the right decision? It's so, so out of my comfort zone or whatever. Like, you made a scary decision, you made that plunge, and you questioning everything, and it feels so uncomfortable. So it's normal, right? Unbearable. And now, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't expect anything out of that business in that stage, because you just getting your feet wet and you learning literally how to swim with sharks.
Yeah.
Right? With the sharks, who, if you make a wrong move, gonna eat you alive. So the second stage is uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, I thought, well, you get out of unbearable should be something better than uncomfortable. But yes, it's still uncomfortable
Yep.
because you're learning new skill sets. You're getting out of your comfort zone big time. Maybe you were a teacher before and now you're like social media marketer. So I don't know. That's not how I felt. I was a
Mhm.
postal clerk for 15 years and suddenly I showed up online talking about marketing tips. I'm like, who would take me seriously, right? I've never done this before. All my friends are either my neighbors or coworkers, like, wrong audience. Like, I was doing this marketing tips and they were watching and were like, what the hell is she doing? So, and then once you get over the uncomfortable stage, the next stage is unstoppable because you've overcome so many things. It's like, I'm just going to do it for the heck of doing it. And that's exactly
Mhm.
how I did it. I didn't see the results for probably 2 years, right? Most people already quit that started with me and started something different 5 times. And I was still there doing that same thing. Even some people came back. It's like, oh my gosh, you still doing this? I'm like, yeah, I'm still doing this. Are you making money? And I'm like, hell no. Then why are you still doing this? I don't know. I started it and I don't want to quit all this work that I did, right? But what happened during these 2 years, I built a lot of confidence by just doing things every single day without caring who's going to buy, who's going to watch, just doing the thing. And
Mhm.
I got a lot of confidence. I built great skill sets, and people start coming as soon as they felt like the desperation is gone and now the confidence kicked in. They're like, "Oh my gosh, this girl is cool. I want to do what she does." Right? I
Mhm.
still did not have anyone, right? That's where all start there. 0 people.
Yep.
But once you switch that desperation into confidence, that's when the magic's gonna start happening. How long it's gonna take you to get there? I don't know. I wish it was that easy, right? For some people it is, but for me it wasn't. I was stuck in that, "Oh my gosh, nobody's gonna join me because I'm a nobody. Nobody's
Mhm.
gonna join me because I'm a loser. I don't have any team." Like, when they find out, they're gonna leave, right?
Yep.
And I even remember when people start booking calls on my calendar to join my team, I was in the back of my head, I was saying, "Oh my god, I hope they're not gonna show up." Can you imagine that?
I had that same feeling.
I did all the work for people start doing this, and when they started doing it, I was freaking
Oh,
out.
please no show, please
Please
no
don't
show.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with you if you join. I'm a nobody. So, it's a journey. It's definitely a journey, and success, I'm gonna repeat it probably as many times as we show up here, is inside job. No
Mhm.
amount of money, no amount of members on your team gonna make you feel successful as that inner badass feeling that you need to cultivate within yourself.
Mhm. Yep.
So,
One thing that I am grateful for when I first got started. So I had set improper expectations for myself. However, when I went to my very first event with the company that I signed up with Brandy, that very first time, so I signed up, it was in like March, and company convention happened to be in Salt Lake that very next month. So I got like baptized real quick into network marketing going to that event. And I remember seeing someone like hit the very top rank, like very top, and he had done it in like 5 years, but he had said for somebody who doesn't have influence, he had said this from stage as he was like, getting his award and everything. He's like, for somebody who is struggling, right? Like if you're struggling to grow this business, he didn't use the word influence. Now I know that's what he meant, right? Like looking back. Somebody who's struggling to grow this business, nobody wants to do this with you. Give yourself 5 years. 5 years of perfecting your skill sets. It's like if you focus on your skill sets and you focus on your mindset, give yourself 5 years and the results will start happening. What's cool about being here inside the Beach Boss Influencers community is those are like the two things that we focus on with you. Now, it's not necessarily going to take 5 years, right? It could. I wish I could tell you how long it's going to take, but I don't know. But if you're focusing on your mindset with us and you're focusing on developing the skill sets of influence marketing, you're going to start seeing results quickly. How fast, I wish I couldn't tell you. But think a result isn't necessarily, oh, I've made money. A result can be my audience is growing. A result can be I'm getting engagement. We know that when we're starting to get that engagement, we're building the influence. We know we're going in the right direction. So, in building that confidence, recognize the small wins. What are those small wins that are working and evaluate what's working, what's not, and what might I do differently to get more of those small wins. And it's funny because once you start focusing on just getting the small wins, it's like a compound effect where once you start getting the small wins, they compound to start getting bigger wins and bigger wins. But if we quit, if we're changing strategies every week or every month or even every year, we're never going to get to where we want to be.
so true. So, lesson number 1, divorce the results Marry the process.
Mhm. Yep. Mm.
How long it's gonna take you? Marry the process. Here's the kicker. When Carrie said commit for 5 years, here's the thing. Majority of people won't. They
Nope.
just they're gonna quit after 3 months. Majority of people. And that's what happened to us. Like that's what happened to me. Everyone quit after 6 months tops because you're doing the thing and nothing's happening. People
Mhm.
start another thing and another thing. But guess what? Starting over all the time, it's painful. Remember unbearable and then uncomfortable? You have to go through it every time you start something new.
Yep.
So all we did was stuck around long enough to build that confidence and build the skill sets that needed to build that influence.
Mhm.
Everyone quit, but we were still trucking along, like doing the thing. Small results, small wins, great. So we learned how to evaluate our business. So that's lesson number two. Instead of judging it based on emotions, oh my gosh, nothing is working, right? This is you getting emotional about your business. I spent 3 months posting every day on my timeline and no results, meaning nobody bought anything. But you overlook that small results that you had some likes, you got some people were interested, but you don't know they were interested. They didn't tell you. Nothing is working. I didn't make a sale. You're judging yourself instead of evaluating. That's another skill set that we teach our students how to evaluate your business based on data. Cut the emotions out and learn how to evaluate. It's literally going to save your business. And the third lesson, I would say, stay in the game long enough to start seeing the results. Don't quit because you will go through unbearable and uncomfortable all over again somewhere else. And this journey is very long and very painful.
Mhm.
So, what happens when you combine our strategies and the mindset that we pour into you guys, that 5 years that Carrie mentioned shrinks into probably 6 months or so. So that's how long you have to stick around and just keep doing what you're doing. And then it's just going to snowball from
Mhm.
little results become bigger and bigger and bigger. And they're like, we have students who say, I don't know what to do with all the people.
Yes.
Like, literally, I have so many requests, so many people asking me, "What is it? What is it?" Or even wanna join their team that they don't know how to handle the volume. This is crazy, right? That's what we want for everyone, but you have to build a skill set, be willing enough to suck for a while and not judge yourself. Long enough to build that confidence, build those skill sets. So basically, that's three things that you need to remember.
Yes. So I wanna know, did you guys get value from today's episode? If you do, drop if you're watching it here live. Maybe you're gonna be watching it later, Think. If you're not here with us live, be thinking to yourself, did I get results? What was my biggest takeaway? I want you to make sure that you took away at least one thing from today's episode. If you're here with us live, let me know what that thing was. Drop it in the chat. Let us know. And don't forget to join us every Thursday morning, because every Thursday morning I say around 9:30 Mountain because sometimes we're a couple minutes late, but around 9:30 Mountain is when we go live with Unleash Your Inner Badass, where we talk about these things that we're seeing consistently inside the community. And like we said before, it's just as much mindset as it is developing your skill sets. All right. Was a great call, in it for the long term. Cindy's going to embrace the suck and keep going. And that's exactly what Cindy did. So, Cindy earlier, she had said, I'm thankful I'm learning and getting results using this roadmap. Cindy didn't get results right away. And Cindy's been with us now. Has it been a year and a half, Cindy? I think it's about a year and a half. You might be coming on 2 years now that she's been with us. But she didn't get results right away, right? She recognized the small wins. We helped her recognize those small wins. As she started getting those small wins, now she's starting to get big wins, right? Like people coming in through her ad, automated leads, going on 3. Oh my gosh, Cindy. Yeah, Cindy's been with us for a long time. We love you, Cindy. We absolutely love having you here inside Beach Boss. We love hanging with Cindy. We get to see her in almost every single event right now. Yeah, every event we do, Cindy's there. We love her. But so what was your biggest takeaway? Let us know. And don't forget to join us next week. And do we have the link, Kat, for
Oh,
Unleash Your Inner Badass?
I guess we will have Marina to post the link later.
All
I don't
right.
know right now.
Yeah, so we have a link. If you're interested in getting more like one-on-one help in just your mindset space, right? Where you're like, okay, I've got what I've got. Maybe you're an academy member, maybe you're not, maybe you're in seven figures actually get it free, by the way. So, but if you're an academy member, maybe you're not an academy member, but you're like, listen, I want like you guys hand holding me, rewiring all of these dendrites inside of my brain. That's what they're called, right? The little things that come off. I
Yep.
think they're called dendrites. If you want help kind of rewiring that, fixing it, right? And putting your head in the space that it needs to be that 6, 7, even 8-figure earner, then we're going to drop a link where you guys can fill out an application for our Unleash Your Inner Badass. It's a full blown course. How many videos is it?
40 something videos,
40
there's 7
something
modules,
videos.
and we even help you even if
Yes.
you're not network marketer or
Yep.
doesn't know what business you want to be in. I help you with that as well.
Yep.
So, and the thing is, right now, this course is a very discounted price,
Mhm.
very discounted price, and it's probably going to be that way not very long time because we are working on uh, what do you how do you what's the word? We're working on taking this course to the next level.
Yes.
And we will be charging a lot more for the same
Mhm.
content. So those who get in right now basically get it for the price that it is right now. So you need to so we will post the link, you click the link, it's this application you fill out because we only accept people who fit into this environment and this course.
Mhm.
Everyone will be it's not for everyone. So, and if you qualify based on your answers, we'll send you the link how you can purchase it. But like I said, it's probably going to stay that way for maybe a couple of weeks, and then we're taking it up the notch. And
Mhm.
this course not going to cost that little anymore. So,
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm so glad that those that were on here with us live got so much value. Be on the lookout for next week's Unleash Your Inner Badass episode, and we'll see you then.
hi guys.
Bye.